2025 may have been a relatively mixed year for movies, but hey, these top 10 are still excellent and deserve every drop of praise that they get. So yeah, let's get into this video. This is the movie that I saw the second most this year, and yeah, it deserves it. Unlike the Minecraft movie, which does not deserve the number one spot. Yeah, I ended up seeing this 3 times, and it is absolute cinema. It is so stupid, but it's so funny too. I love Liam Neeson in this role. He really understood the assignment here. The jokes are consistently great, from the windshield in the interrogation to the snowman scene. That last one is especially weird, but hey, why not? The fact that this movie manages to have some sort of gag at least once a minute is incredibly impressive. The fact that a ton of them hit too is also the reason why this managed to get into the top 10.
I have cancer.
Fun fact, I watched Good Boy and Naked Gun on the same night. Very different movies. I did like this one a little bit more though. Honestly, this dog had one of my favorite performances of the year. I don't give a if he's a dog. Give him and his trainer some recognition. This was honestly shot and filmed really well for having such a small budget. This just turned out really well and you should check it out. Superman is still awesome. Maybe not as great as I thought in the first watch, but it's still really enjoyable. There are still pacing issues, and the transition from just going, yeah, your friend has been shot by Lex Luthor, to the whole world is falling apart, gave me a bit of whiplash. But hey, the message of this movie is still incredibly strong, and I couldn't get Punk Rocker out of my head for the next month. Or out of my feed. Mission Impossible 8 was so damn great. Its characters and stunts and story, well, the story is okay, but everything else here is just so cool and well done, just like most of the Mission Impossible series. The entity is pretty much my main problem here. It was still just a pretty boring villain that should have stayed secondary. There were some very unneeded callbacks to the original films, the pacing was strange, but dude, as soon as he gets off that boat, this movie is absolutely fucking exhilarating. I don't think you can possibly improve this ending at all. Seeing Tom Cruise in the field after the plane crash was just so absolutely satisfying. And that score, man.
Take that, depression!
My favorite superhero movie of the year was Thunderbolts. Everything I said from my first review holds up really well, so if you want a more in-depth take, watch that. But for this, the characters were excellent, the plot was simultaneously fun and depressing, and these guys are my favorite Marvel group of the new gen.
It's just a baby!
Little Amelia, the character of Rain, is definitely the best animated movie of the year that was nominated for an Oscar. That's right, there's still one more animated movie on this list that was even better. Oh well. This movie doesn't feel like it should be real. There's not even much of a plot to it. It's just a toddler living through life in their house in Japan. It inspired a feeling in me I'm not entirely sure how to describe, but I hope that you all end up watching it.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
After this movie, Benoit Blanc is one of my favorite characters ever. I never knew that I needed him to say Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Absolute cinema. This series was probably my introduction to murder mysteries, and dude, I'm so glad this was it and not Thursday Murder Club or something like that, because these are so well thought out and created that this is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I love the whole mystery and how it's done, with every single clue hidden in plain sight as it should be. It's just so well done. This movie right here was my favorite of the year for the first 4 or so months after it came out, and for good reason. I know that there are a ton of people who don't think it should have gotten into Best Picture, but I still like it. First off, man, the editing during those race scenes, holy
Schmabulok.
I was glued to my seat. The acting was fun, and man, I don't care if he's a fictional character beating out real excellent racers. The key word is fictional. Another complaint is that, wow, it's just another sports movie. You know that they're going to win. Listen, I know what I'm going to get from these. I come to these for the characters and everything else to do with it. Behold, the final movie that should have gotten into Best Animated Feature over Elio, and preferably should have won. Sadly, Lost in Starlight wasn't even nominated. Yeah, the animation is beautiful, the climax is great, and the characters' interactions are fantastic. You really ought to check this out if you have Netflix. And in the number 1 spot, it wasn't even close. Train Dreams is just absolutely phenomenal in every way. Even though it's supposedly a Netflix original, it's not subjected to the same bullshit that Thursday Murder Club was. It's just a really strong movie that made me feel depressed and hopeful at the same time. Last time a movie did that this effectively was La La Land, and that's my favorite movie of all time. So, you know, kinda had to be up here. It's told in such a genuine way, and the airplane ride at the end is just chef's kiss. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad that this movie managed cinematography too, because this is such a treat for the eyes. You can get a picture of almost any frame of this movie and hang it up on your wall. If there's one movie you should watch from last year, it should be this one. And that concludes my list of all the movies from last year over 3 videos. It took a little bit, but hey, it's done. I've got one video that I still need to do that it was postponed quite a bit, but after that, I don't know what I'll do. There's some good movies coming out soon, so I'll be seeing those and possibly doing reviews, but hey, we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.